My name is Arne Hodalic.
And I'm Katja Bidovec, and we are photographers from Slovenia. We are working on a project called Vanishing Cultures, and now we are in Arunachal Pradesh in India.
In Arunachal Pradesh, there's not many tourists, but still young people are losing their traditional culture just by adopting new modern ways of life. That's why we have a lot of old people on the photos, the portraits of old people, because they still live traditional life, which will be vanished in a couple of years. Once they will be dead, there will probably no continuation of that kind of life.
This is another, not across the border.
Vanishing Cultures is our long-term project with the aim to present ethnic groups living in the most remote places of the planet, where endangered people still live like hundreds of years ago. They are interesting visually as well from the anthropological and social perspective.
The basic idea is to photograph different ethnic groups in a portable studio which enables uniform studio quality lighting, regardless of the available light. For this purpose, we use portable studio strobes, so we were able to light the portraits in a very precise way. We want to get an effect if they were shot in a real photographic studio. The project is kind of homage to photographer Edward Curtis and his Native American photos from the end of 19th and the beginning of 20th century. Now his photos are practically the only visual material that exists, and we can really see how they looked like and how they lived back then.
Lei proprio. Ja, mamenga veš. Rekla za desne lučne,
Ja.
skoraj bolj takole bi dal jaz.
I'm a model right now for a project by Arne Hodalic. I'm just going to be a model for the tribes, which they call them Arbore, and they're going to do some portrait photography.
A bit head there, and you still look at me like this, you know. You go, not so much maybe, but a bit less. Less. Something like this, yeah. So this boy, yeah, okay. Kakšno mehko kožo imajo. It's such a nice skin. That's cool. Arbore?
Mursi. Tamare ungagi shainane, tamare hamin kwayainane, timirto tamare konna sukainane, tamare ana potone, timirto tamare ungagi shainane.
My name is Arne Hodalic.
And I'm Katja Bidovec, and we are photographers now in Namibia, working in our long-term project called Vanishing Cultures, and this is our third location.
We are taking pictures of three ethnical groups, different ethnical groups, Himbas, Bushman and Hakaone. Himbas are very well known, practically everybody is taking pictures of them, even in the airport in the main city in Windhoek, you can see them. But what we want to do is to go really far, and that is a big project, to go really to remote places, to Angola border, and take pictures of Himbas there, because they are still very pristine, because practically no tourists are visiting them.
Namibia is a very beautiful country, especially because of its nature. There are not so many people living in this area, and we really enjoy driving through this big country and really living the nature.
Most of the time we were camping, of course, because there are no facilities. There are very remote places, for example, like Marienfluss or Hartmann's Valley, which very few people go there, and you have to cross some quite hard four-wheel off-road roads to reach those places. One, for example, is Van Zyl Pass, which is the holy grail of all the off-road drivers. And it's quite difficult to pass that pass. It's high, it's steep, it's, let's say, it can be dangerous as well. So you have to be prepared for those roads. A lot of petrol, extra tanks, extra fuel, more spare tires, because you cannot repair your tire if you get a puncture. A lot of water, a lot of food you cook for yourself. So it's a real adventure to go to the most remote places, mostly to north, next to Angola border.
people of ethnic groups in Namibia were very kind, much kinder than in Ethiopia, but nevertheless we easily take pictures and really enjoy this whole process of photography.
When we reached those really remote villages, of course, they were surprised by our studio, our remote studio. They gathered again, like everywhere. They gathered in big numbers, and it was very easy to take pictures of them because they were there. They are dressed very traditional, so you don't have to add or remove anything at all, and it is not our goal, of course. So it was actually very easy project to do some really good portraits of those natives. Once this trip will be finished, of course we will do a lot of editing, a lot of preparation around the photos, and of course at the same time we are planning new locations to continue the project Vanishing Cultures.